Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Modded Minecraft. So, in our last episode we put together a cart assembler and got ready to give me one piece of stone and one piece of iron. Great, brilliant, good job. Alright, and pain. We make the top chest, we need 2 of you and 6 of you. So, right. The top chest is the storage system, and it will literally go on top. We also need a compact solar engine, and the reason to use the compact solar engine, which is yes kind of expensive, is because it will occupy the side slots. Now you can do a couple of different things with the side slots of the cart. We could put a fertilizer on here, but in my experience, this is an expensive item and it doesn't really do that much good. Let's try this way, thank you, and put you on there. Oh, will you please? Thank you. So we throw this on and toss that on there. Hulk incident. Blah, blah, blah. Try that again. Note: you see, this has a modular cost of 36, and the complexity cap for the standard hull is 50. So you couldn't do anything that has a modular cost of greater than 50. It just wouldn't plug into the hull. You'd put it in there, and then it would. Actually, I don't know if you'd even put it in there, but the see, compact solar engine, modular cost of 32. So it does require a couple of advanced PCBs, which aren't too hard to make. Alright, so these each require, alright, so I need 8 of these, so I need 8 iron, 8 redstone, 16 iron, 8 of you, 8 redstone, and glowstone I need 16 of. Right, so that'll make me my solar panels. Then these require 2 iron, so that's another 4 iron and 2 PCBs. I'll have the PCBs, so iron, need 4 more of those. It'll catch redstone on the next loop. Then this needs 2 pistons and 2 more iron. Iron, 2 pistons, 2 of those, and 1 more redstone. So it's not really a difficult recipe. I mean, none of this stuff is difficult. The thing of the matter is that it's just time consuming to create. One of our advanced solar panels, and this should hopefully be the rest of the stuff I need. Thank you. Right there. So you go there, and you go there. You can, right, iron goes like that, because the pistons go at the bottom. And we have our compact solar engine. We can throw that on. That total cost is 74, so that's less than our 200, than our hull capacity there. And all of these are less than the total complexity cap, but it takes up these side slots on the cart. Yeah, hold shift, it occupies right and left sides. You could put a coal engine on here, but that would require fuel, and it would also require it would occupy the back of the slot, but it's not required. I mean, if you're doing a tree farm where the sun would be constantly blocked by the leaves, that would be a bad thing. But in this case, since all we're going to be taking is the harvesting wheat, this will literally run this forever. The tool attachment, now this should repair with diamonds, but we'll be running the quarry again eventually, and diamonds are not impossible to acquire. So, right, this takes 20 minutes of real time, and it runs on, I believe it'll run on charcoal. I will have to try. Charcoal. Oh, I don't have any charcoal, so let's run it on coal. There are upgrades for the. If we go Steve's, there's some upgrades you can make. Batteries. This will cause this to generate power, and if you sit and let it charge up, it can typically build a cart all by itself, or you could not module knowledge, but which one is it? It was next. I mean, if you can do this, it's. Oh, that's not the one. This one allows it to use some alternate fuel sources, but I don't remember which ones. Cart deployer will automatically throw a cart onto a track. Cart modifier allows you to put a cart in and tweak the components, and we may need one of those later if we go to a Galgadorian farmer. Cart crane will pick carts up off a track. You can use redstone. Creative mode, I would love to have one of those, but there's no recipe. Quick demolisher, because there's a time to remove the modules. Not entropy. Manager bridge. Solar power to generate while in the sun. Takes diamonds, and the blank upgrade takes reinforced metal. So yeah, not doing that. There used to be one that was industrial espionage. This one is stupidly good. I mean, minus 700 seconds. That's a couple of minutes off the time. But we're just gonna grab some coal. Can we get a? Give me 10 blocks of coal. I think we can use blocks of coal. If not, we can just break them up into coal, throw them in here. This holds, yeah, currently idle, which means it's not doing anything. Not you. You can just bugger off. So we will need a couple of other things. Advanced detector rail, which is, again, ludicrously cheap. Can we throw a block of coal in here? We cannot. However, we should be able to throw coal in there. There you go. And that'll top it off. So now it's all ready to assemble, and it will burn through this. You can hopper coal in here if we need to, but I don't think we do. I think that's enough fuel for the operation. Yeah, that's literally everything we want. You could do bigger storage, but we don't really need it. So let's tell that to get to assembling, and it closes all this off. And this very slow progress bar starts. Well, it's not that slow, actually. Although, that's still ticking up to 1%. That should tell you about... Yep. That should tell you how long it takes to actually do anything. Right, you can bugger off. If we need more, we can just request it. Let's see. So, we need to make the... Not the liquid manager. Not you. Where is it? Cargo manager. Which requires large iron panes, which are 4 of these, and huge iron panes, which are 4 of these. So 36 plus 16 is 52? Yeah, 52 plus 1 large dynamic pane. So, alright, hang on. Let's get iron. Let's get our 52 iron panes coming. And then I will do the rest of the math in a second. Oops. Alright, not the huge one. The large dynamic pane requires 4 dynamic panes, which are... So I need 5 redstone and 4 iron panes. Redstone. 5 redstone. And then iron. 4 more iron panes. Fortunately, those are not terribly hard to, not terrifically expensive. They're a little expensive, but they're not hilariously so. Right. So, 4. Oops. That's not the button I wanted. And that gets us our large dynamic. And there's our huge iron panes. Ah, that's what happened. It did not give me the... Oh, yes, it did. Yep. Gives us those, which... Nope, it's the other way around, isn't it? Yes, it is. And these 4 and you gives us 1 cargo manager. Now, the cargo... we also need some pressure plates. Give me 2 of those. I think it was redstone in the middle. 1 redstone. Yeah, redstone. And some more iron. This is kind of an iron-hungry operation. Because it's based on the vanilla track recipe. I'm surprised nobody ever made a railcraft option, but maybe it's been taken over by a new... Oh, yeah, you can actually use this as defense. The shooter just fires in 8 directions, whereas the advanced shooter will actually track entities, such as monsters or villagers, and fire either potions or projectiles at them. You can also use it to create chickens, which is amusing. This is not the bag I need. I need the rail bag. Oh, you go in your spot. Right. So, where do I want to set this up? Well, that's quite the interesting question. I mean, I could do it in here somewhere and just punch a hole in this mountain. Actually, I might do that. The other place I had thought of was out here in these birch hills. Possibly near this village, actually. One of these spots is a go... Actually, I think... Well, there's a lot of Thaumcraft monsters around here. My other thought was to go all the way up here, near this area, and... I believe this is a pretty large flat space, and I can run the... drop off of here, and then run yet another train out that way. So let's go and have a look. I got train tracks and stuff on me, and trains are not terrifyingly expensive to make. Yeah, trains... Nope, trains and locomotives are not terrifyingly expensive to make. I'm fairly confident in running down here, although... what I'm hoping is that I don't get to the end of the line and then find that the fuel train has slammed into the back of the processing train yet again. Because that's always irritating. Right, so... Oops. Let's go down this track. Tell you what, I'm going to reach the position I want to be in, and then I will come back to you guys when I get there. So, the world's loading, and I had to restart my client here for a minute. I've come out here to the location I wanted. Hang on, let me grab this. And the field, essentially. I had to actually go back to the house, because I forgot, well, A, materials, and B, when I went back, the trains had broken, and broken thoroughly. So we're gonna throw down a routing switch motor here. I set up the initial train gets off the loop, goes through here, comes around, back up the loop. I'll have to set up switching here, not switching, but signaling here. But for right now, we have our routing table, and just equals fuel field, and that will be the name of this, which is fuel field. There we go. So whatever train, when we put the train together, we will have, it will have its own custom destination ready to go. All I have to do is throw the ticket in it. Put you away. Alright, so how do we set this up? Well, okay, I also went and added a leaf blower to my this is a 9 blows out plants at a 9-meter radius. It's currently not set not to do anything to leaves, because doing things to leaves would be bad jujus around here. I did clear out a few of the trees, and basically, if I come real close, I can. No, can't actually blow out any leaves. Fair enough. I think I actually left what to do. Well, first things first, we need to level this field out some. And I have the tool in not this bag, but this bag. And that tool is my, where'd it go? There it is. My Ardite shovel, which, as you can see, it's sort of instant flattens grass. Collect the rest of it. I didn't realize this collected in such a large area, much less area than the magnet collects in, which is kind of irritating. Right, is that everything now? Apparently not. Right, so I'm actually thinking that, how low do we want to go? I think if we were to go down, 2 blocks, I think? Yeah, go down 2 blocks. Not you. Just go down this way. And, yeah, we can use what we dig out of here. Oops. To fill in further down. Right, let's grab all this stuff. We'll put our string chili there and our train track there. Not quite sure how big I want to make this. Yeah, the only downside is this shovel will go like ludicrously fast. And I don't have a way of recharging it out here in the field, so yeah, I think this is actually pretty good size for the field. And while I let this recharge, I'm going to walk around and level the field this way. And yes, I could just put a shovel on my power fist. That's the phrase. Not the term, I mean. Now, the thing is, I'm not entirely sure how wide the farmer digs. As far as I know, it's 1 block away from the track, which means you can put them 2 blocks away. The Galgadorian farmer, on the other hand, goes 2 blocks away from the track, so if we upgrade to that, we'll be able to use less track for more area. Well, mostly. There's 2 different methods of running the carts I've found. Some people use loops, and some people use a single... Oh, we don't have to go any further over. A single run, basically. Oops. Not it. Basically, you go out and at the end of it, it switches. comes back either typically with a block or with some other sort of stop on it. And then the first initial end is just a cargo distributor set to make your train switch, or your cart switch back. And there's actually a turnaround option on the cargo distributor, which we will see once we throw cargo manager. Cargo distributor is something else entirely. And exactly what that is, we'll get into when we set it up. Right. I know this is fantastic YouTubing here. Just building things. Or just throwing down dirt to make a nice flat surface on which to have a field. Right. I could probably also later on do other farming here with Steve's carts. I don't believe it can do Pam's harvest craft, but I think it can do potatoes to feed pigs, or how do you not have any RF in you? Alright, well, fine. Bite me. Right here, go in there. Behave, dog. Right, sorry. Shovel. Okay, so no, where's my excavator? Or don't I have? I don't have an excavator for some reason. Alright, that's fine, we can use this. Not exactly the world's fastest digging tool, mind you, but fastest digging tool is broken. Or if I use it, it would make me start taking durability rather than using energy. Kind of wish this had some efficiency enchantments on it. On the other hand, being a little slower means it's got a little better precision. Alright. And dirt. Alright, so we put our cargo manager here. This can be the opening of our hello. And the reason for popping open the ground here is so that we can take these bricks that I grabbed when I went back and use them as fill-in. We will get into our pipe bag, throw some item conduits down, which will go straight up to the, thank you. You will be on insert, and you will be a filtered extraction, but for right now you don't actually have to do anything. So everything's on green. So put down a single advanced detector rail, and turn back settings, so continue along after transfer. That means it should be running in a loop. Or you can set it to turn back after transfer, which means it would turn around and go back the way it came. Okay. So what do we want? Well, what we want to do is actually use quite a bit of track. The reason for the bricks near the right, it's there. Reason for the bricks near the cargo distributor is to stop it from planting there, and it's not really necessary, but I do it just out of habit. Stop that. You can go in here. You can make on the shock focus. Thank you very much. Right. Alright, which means you to be here. And then go back down here. So essentially what we're doing is laying it out so that there's one block to either side that will not have been utilized by the previous passage of the cart. You can die. Thank you very much. Yeah. Right. So doing this at night is kind of suicidal. I understand, but I don't have a sleeping bag, and I didn't bring a bed, did I? I'd feel really silly saying I didn't bring a bed and then find out I brought a bed, but I didn't bring a bed. All right. There, you can go away too. Train track. Right. Now, the downside is that the whole thing will have to be hydrated, and I will fix that shortly. But basically, the trick will be to make something called a suspended track and run those over the water source blocks. So that I'll just basically, I'd break out like this dirt block, throw water in there, and then run a suspended track over the top of it. Right. Ah, not you. I need you. But that's something that will be done. We need to go a little bit further over with the dirt, which is fine. Thank you. Right. How many further over is it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so rather significantly farther than I was hoping. But yeah, this way, I think. So, okay, if we assume that it's, oops, right, it's coming here, so I didn't actually have to do this level, actually. Stop saying actually. I did not have to do this level. It would lose on the ups and downs, but it would continue to work even with change in with an elevation change. So it's not exactly a it's not sensitive to. Oh. Would you please? Where's my stabber? Thank you. Okay, fine. You guys want to play too? Fine. Come over here. Anybody else? You too, huh? There. Is that absolutely everybody who wants a piece of me? Is it? Good. Right. Okay, where was I? Ah. You know what? I'll actually go back to the house for some dirt. Yeah. But basically, it won't actually do this spot or this spot, but it'll do that spot, but not this one. So it can't handle the shift in vertical, or shift in altitude, but it can, yeah, there we go. Yay, it's daytime, almost daytime. Dirt, I need dirt, and I need rather a lot of it, I think. Hang on, do I have? No, I do not. Alright, well, rats. I don't necessarily want to go back to the house just yet, although I have to, because there's no... Alright, well, tell you what I'm going to do is end the episode here, and get the right bag. And basically hitch myself to the cart, or hitch myself here as a manual, and once we are in front of a train, we will basically be pushed to back to the house. So I'm going to I'm going to throw us into creative mode, creative peaceful mode, so that we don't get murdered by enemies who have survived the night or who spawn afterwards, and head back to the house. And in the next episode, I will head back to the house, and then hopefully by the next episode, the cart should be done. Yeah. Alright, I will see you guys next time. Bye.